text in the quiet town of Canfield, nestled in the rolling hills of rural America, life was simple and predictable. Ross Jennings and his family moved here for a fresh start, leaving behind the chaos of city life. Their new home, a charming Victorian house surrounded by tall trees and overgrown gardens, was Molly's dream, but left Ross feeling uneasy. The picturesque town looked great, yet there was an eerie of mystery that Ross couldn't ignore. At first, the spiders appeared sparingly, a few here and there, yet to Ross, each one felt like a horror of something darker. His nights grew restless, plagued by the sound and sensation of tiny legs moving in the shadows. The sound of the horrors of the spiders crawling in my head was driving me insane. Ross's concerns led him to Delbert McClintock, the town's crazy exterminator. With his wiry, thin frame, crazy gray hair all over the place, and he has a collection of insecticide sprayers and weird-looking contraptions, tools that look like they were handmade. Delbert exuded an air of expertise with the pests of the world, even though his quirky demeanor made him a local oddity. As days passed, the spiders multiplied, an army of eight-legged freaks ready and waiting to pounce. Their webs appeared in unlikely places, the corners of rooms, the garden swing, and even the children's toys. The house began to feel more like a trap than a sanctuary. The family's unease deepened as the spider's presence became impossible to ignore. Seeking answers, Ross visited their elderly neighbor, Mrs. Harrison. Her extremely wrinkled face, sunken beady eyes, and shaking curled hands, like she has a debilitating arthritis. She has a sharp mind and a wealth of local lore, can tell stories for hours. She is very knowledgeable about the town's history. Spurred by Mrs. Harrison's warning, Ross, of course, was curious, had ventured into the woods to see this place himself. The tall, dark trees appeared to close in around him as he approached the barn with caution, its dark shadow against the twilight of the night sky. The sounds were getting louder as we were approaching the barn, sounds like something was eating and tossing bones on the floor. It was a very chilling sound. Ross and Delbert devised a forceful plan to eliminate this massive infestation of these creepy, crawly, hairy, webbed creatures. Armed with insecticides, torches, and homemade flamethrowers, they prepared for a final confrontation of mass destruction, something only seen in movies. The barn was alive with movements as they entered, spiders crawling in every direction. The spiders, some small and some large, but the largest one of all. The queen spider loomed at the center, her body pulsating as if sensing the intruders. She was ready to pounce on us as she can smell our fear. Everyone was so scared and didn't know what the heck they were doing. They lit the whole barn and burned it to the ground. The fire illuminating the night sky that could be seen for miles and miles. The family, exhausted and covered in soot, watched from a safe distance as the nightmare ended. Molly hugged the children tightly. Delbert danced strangely as the weird man he was. He grinned triumphantly with a crooked smile. In the shadows of the past, they found strength for the future. Canfield would heal, but the memory of the web of terror would linger, a tingly, spidery tale that will be heard for generations to come. The End. This story was written and brought to you by Path of Nightmares. If you haven't already, like, comment, share, or subscribe, as I hope I earned your subscription. Check out my channel, as I'm sure it'll have other horror stories that will scare the pants off of you.